And coming to you live from Kenny's basement apartment, Season 4, Episode 125 of Sports Allegedly, where a youth football is about to start. The customer appreciation went off without a hitch, almost. And Kenny has to get back and said something about washing his love. It's Sports Allegedly.
Welcome. Last part is not true. But anyway, thanks for joining us, Sean.
I don't know what your love is, so I don't know what you're watching.
I'm Kenny. Thanks for joining us. Always sponsored by Hilltop Bar, Chelsea, Oklahoma, 1 mile northeast on historic Route 66.
And sometime, mostly Hilltop, but sometimes
Kelton Heat and Air. Yes, always a classic sponsor.
And Highway 66 liquor.
Yes. All right, well, thanks for joining us today. We talked about it last week. We're gonna preview the ACC, give you our picks, and we'll also talk about the big one, the SEC.
And we might throw Notre Dame in.
We could talk about Notre Dame because that one would be the easiest one for me to talk about Notre Dame.
I don't even know if we did Tulsa, did we?
We give them the record, but we're not going to go through the AAC. I think their over under was 4.5, and there's way too many teams that I don't follow and pay enough attention to for that conference. But I think we had them winning
2.5,
5. What?
Yeah, their over under was 2.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, I didn't realize it was that bad.
New coach, new season, and I have them at 5-7. So yeah, you had them 5-7 as well.
Same as well. So all right, let's and then we'll talk a little preseason.
I've
football.
got my phone in a special place and it just went off.
We'll talk preseason football a little bit because it really doesn't matter, and but there has been some interesting cuts, and we'll talk about that in trades, and also we'll give you an update on baseball. If we even want to. I'm so done with baseball right now. Football started.
Hey,
my team's on the skid.
You want to start off? Let's start off with baseball.
Okay, we'll make it quick so we don't bore everybody.
The Guardians are on a downslide. You guys are 2-8 in the last 10. You've now fallen 12.5 games back. What was the closest you were? Like 4?
5 or 5. I think we got within 5.
Within 5.
Yeah.
And the White Sox are chugging right to that over/under 53. They are 47. They themselves are 3-7 in the last 10, but that's
still 32 games left.
I know, but like I said, we're chugging right there. We're very close to that over/under of 4.5 53.
And if we had sports gambling in Oklahoma, we would have bet that
we
and made money. But since
that.
we don't, and that's just a joke, as we continue to just drain money.
Any surprises right now in baseball? The Blue Jays are still streaking.
Yes.
Astros are.
I like the Red Sox.
Astros are on a downswing, and the Mariners are only 2 games back.
The Red Sox have surprised me a little bit.
The Red Sox are doing very well.
But no one in that division on the West is really running away with it because they've all had, 5-5 is the best, and the Rangers are doing good. They beat the Indians again today, so they're back to 500. Watch that team because always a good playoff manager and Bochy, and that team has got that team has got the talent to do it. But Detroit's kind of come back into their own. Then you go to the NL.
NL,
I was going to say the NFC. The Braves are
the NFCL.
The Braves are a huge disappointment, but they actually have kind of started just winning 7-3 in their last 10. Brewers kind of they're on a little streak right now. The Cubs are kind of sneaking back up in.
I know it's so crazy that they have the best record in baseball, yet they're only setting 5 games up.
Correct.
Especially in that division because that Central, the NL Central, has been so weak over the years.
And the Reds, Terry Francona's new manager there, they've played better. You could tell his managing has made a big difference. And the Cardinals with 0 pitching is still hanging around that 500.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals used to be a great team, and then they just fell off the face of the earth. There was a baseball. It was a baseball news. What's his name? For the Mariners, has the home run record for catchers now.
Yes, the youngster.
Yeah.
Yes. Riley.
Riley.
Yes.
He hit 48 and 49 in today's games and set the home run catcher record. I remember when
Ivan Rodriguez?
No, but before Ivan, Carlton Fisk had it.
Oh, gotcha.
When he was playing for the White Sox. He got it there.
I
believe they gave him a motorcycle.
Yeah, what a bonus to have not only a catcher, which is a hard damn position to find a good one,
and a hell of a hitter,
and youth. So the Mariners, great pickup there. Real quick on Monday night or Sunday night baseball, Yankees up. Just talking about them, they're at 4-0 over Boston at the moment. So, all right, there's our baseball update. Let's start with
update.
Let's start with the ACC. Now, when I started to review this,
Yeah, we're late because he had to do his ACC.
well, I had already my notes. I just forgot to do the game by game.
Yes,
And
we had to have the notes
yes, they had been forwarded
pin dropped or live flighted over.
Yes, I forgot them.
So left them 2 towns away.
So what I did is I think it's the most interesting. I mean, everybody, we talked about the Big Ten. Was it last week or the week before? And when you look at the records that we had for the Big Ten, pulling back my notes. My God, where's the Big Ten? There we go. So with the Big Ten, we had, the 3 top-heavy teams in Ohio State, Oregon. This was me, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, and I think you might have just had all of them at 1 losses too. Maybe one was dropped a little bit before that.
What?
For the Big Ten.
Oh, Big Ten?
I was talking about we kind of took them as very top-heavy and then mid, and there wasn't a lot of bad teams in there.
Yeah, I think I had 4 at 11 and 1.
Northwestern Michigan State we had as one of those teams that had the worst records. But everybody and Rutgers.
Purdue.
And Rutgers. Well, I had in Purdue. Well, no, I had UCLA down there too.
I had Purdue, Maryland, and Northwestern.
3 wins? 2 wins, 3 wins, something like that?
2 wins for...
Yeah.
2 wins for Northwestern, 3 for Maryland, 3 for Purdue.
So we found that the bottom end and the top end was so
Right.
heavy. So I went through the ACC and
There's a massive difference.
not thinking that was going to be the case, and I did. It's kind of crazy how it is the same way too. My concern with Neil, we talked about Neil and all this money and stuff, is it really is starting to make these, and the transfer portal obviously, they're starting to make these conferences and these teams very top heavy. I think the Big 12 will be fun because I think there's a lot of parity there. But as we reviewed these big conferences, there's not a lot of parity in them. I mean, it's either you're
good or
really
you're
good, you're very mid, or you're bad. And so let's talk about that. All right, let's move on let's talk with the ACC and get with that. All right. We'll start with the bottom end, Sean, and we haven't looked at each other's picks, so we do these and we discuss them. I had 3 teams go 2-10. How many bottom feeders in the ACC did you have, just prediction-wise?
Oh, wow. Honestly?
None.
No. Well, I had Pitt at 4-8, Stanford at 4-8,
See, and I think
which they're already off to a hot start, and Wake Forest at 3-9.
Pitt. You had Pitt at 4-8.
Yeah, Pitt.
I had them at 7 and 5.
I had Pitt, Stanford, and Wake Forest.
Stanford, I had 2-10, and Wake Forest was what?
3-9.
I have them as 3-9 as well. So there's the bottom. Now I did have another bad one, and you must be not thinking they're going to be as bad, but I had Syracuse.
Yeah, you're down on Syracuse.
I
have
am.
Well, I have them at 5-7. I mean, it's not that far out, but I do have them at 5-7.
And so I took Wake Forest, and I'm a little higher on California than some are.
My Cal was 5-7 as well.
6-6. I think they're going to be mid. NC State.
BC mid 5-7. NC State 5-7.
I had NC State 5-7.
Virginia 5-7.
5-7 for Virginia.
Yeah.
And did you talk about Wake? You had Wake low. We had 3-9.
Yeah, 3-9.
Okay, so there's your bottoms. And did I miss?
Bottoms.
And I think BC was the only one that we were kind of opposite on when you were about mid. I was bottom. Okay, let's move to. I've got a couple of mid-tier teams. So I've got Virginia Tech coming in at 7-5, and I've got Pitt. That's where I put Pitt. I'm a little higher on Pitt than you are because the defense is going to return.
I think Darnucci is probably on his last.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because I think Pitt.
Is it Darnucci?
They turn 8 returning starters.
Narduzzi.
They have 8 returning starters on defense, and their defense is generally the calling card. So I think that's actually something that is a little bit better for them. Narduzzi's there. I think 500's about where they're supposed to be. You had them down, but see, I had them beating West Virginia. I had them beating Boston College. I had them beating Syracuse. I had them beating NC State. I had them beating Stanford.
I have them beating NC State.
Yeah. But you have them losing to Stanford?
Losing to Stanford.
Really? So what'd you have for Stanford's record?
Oh, it was 5-7.
Wow. And what's their over-under?
Their over-under's 5.5.
Man, I just don't see it. And I mean, yeah, they beat Hawaii, or Hawaii beat them, didn't they?
What?
Hawaii won.
That was Stanford. I was looking at Syracuse. I have Stanford at 4-8. I'm sorry. I looked because Syracuse is right below.
Hawaii won that game, right?
Hawaii did win that game.
I have them 1-11. Sorry, I had that as a win. Sorry, 1-11. That's the worst team.
But they lost by 3.
Hawaii looked like hammered hell too. That was ugly.
That was one of the worst games to watch, and I don't know why you kept turning it over there.
Hoping it would get interesting.
It never did. It honestly never did. I am just trying to pay attention to this game, and I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
All right. Well, we'll talk.
What do you say? Lack of defense, lack of offense on both sides.
Yes,
just a lack.
Well, and you know, it's kind of what you witnessed in the Iowa State-Kansas State game. Numbers look good for some of those players in that game, but it was one of those things. It's like, oh my gosh, what in the hell is going on? Okay.
I don't know how it says here that Hawaii dominates Stanford with. I mean, it was like I said, it was 23-20. There's no domination there.
Of course.
Okay. Other notables: Georgia Tech. I've got 8-4. Louisville 9-3. Florida State 7-5. Duke at a respectable 6-6.
So you're down on Duke.
I am. UNC 6-6. Let's see.
Now, Bill Belichick, obviously interesting.
I'm just saying it's his first time in.
But
I know, but it's his first time in.
It's portal. Their schedule is so soft.
It's
so soft.
But I'm still.
I was going through the.
For me, it's about first-time coaches. New coaches coming in. So I don't do a heavy. I don't see them competing this year. We'll see what happens at the end of this year to see what they're going to look like next year. But you really honestly have no idea what this team looks like.
Okay, so what were your mid? Did you have any other mids? I had Virginia Tech 7-5. I had
Virginia Tech. I usually want to say 8-4.
Okay, 7-5. Well, that's a mid. 7-5 for Pitt, but you had them opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I had 8-4 for Florida State. That's a little bit of a comeback, and I've got a little bit of surprise on Cal. I was a little higher on them than you, 6-6. Their
5-7 for Cal.
Their schedule, yeah, but their over under was low, wasn't it?
5.5.
Okay, 5. So they're right there.
Yeah.
Now, as we talk about that, let's talk about the media for the ACC. As they had California third to last. Their bottom 5 was Boston College, Virginia, California, Wake Forest, Stanford. That's kind of how mine line up as well, except California, because I've got Virginia. I'm sorry. I've got, hell, I guess that'd be about right, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're close on it.
Yeah. I got Virginia opposite them. I got Virginia below them. So, and Syracuse as well. Okay. And they got one first place. Those Virginia Tech did, which is crazy. Okay, so give me your. Went through this and I was like, there's no way. I had to start. I didn't even pretend to pick losses after I did because sometimes I'm like they can't go that high. Let's scoot back and look at this. They're not that good.
I have 3 10-2.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, let me make sure. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and
4,
gentlemen,
5,
he's trying to count.
6, 10-2 teams. 6. Yes.
How did you get 6 10-2 teams?
Well, I got 2 teams I really like.
I only have 3.
That's kind of a dark horse. Your one that I had was that you do not like is Duke.
No.
Okay, so real quick, I'm not going to bore everyone with the schedule, but I've got them losing to Illinois.
You've already bored them.
Shush. Got them losing to Illinois, but they beat Tulane, they beat NC State, they beat Syracuse, they beat Cal, and that's on the road, so that's an easier win. They upset Georgia Tech. That was the upset of the year. Lose to Clemson, beat Connecticut, beat Virginia, it was a toss-up between them and North Carolina, and they beat Wake Forest. Their schedule is pretty easy, minus that Illinois Clemson. Listen, I'm not a big fan of Manny Diaz.
Well, what about Tulane?
That's a win. I got Tulane ain't that good.
Yeah,
I've got and hey,
them as a loss.
really?
Yeah.
Now they've got Tulane's quarterback.
Well, that's fine. But
that
Tulane now has Ratzliff.
The Minsaw. Remember how good he was as a freshman?
Yeah.
He came over to Duke, $3 million contract.
Right, but they now have BYU's quarterback.
But he's young. He wasn't even that good last year. I don't know why.
He was good enough to win them and almost get them into
I
the
just
title.
never thought he was that impressive to me.
But he just can't play at BYU
okay,
because
so
he
let's
was
say
a premarital
okay,
diddler.
so what other did you
He's
have
Heather.
losses wise for Duke?
Oh, let's see.
So
you
you
got
had Tulane.
Illinois, Tulane, loss at Syracuse,
Yeah, see, I don't
lost
get your Syracuse
Georgia
love.
Tech, lost Clemson, lost Virginia.
Okay, lost Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
See, that one surprises me too.
It surprised me as well.
Well, okay, so that's the one we disagree on. You had three, right?
3, 4.
Oh, yeah, 3 10-2 teams.
3, 10, and 2. Yes.
Okay, so the
All
other
of
one
it.
that and this is my sleeper is Georgia Tech. I have them losing.
8 and 4.
Yeah, you had them 8-4. I have them losing to Georgia, and I have them losing to Duke in the upset. The rest of that schedule is easy, and I have them upsetting Clemson.
The problem with Georgia Tech is they look really amazing, and then they just kind of crap the bed in 2 games.
Yeah, but I think they had that. Yeah, but I mean, Britt Key's probably got his best team there.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just 2 games that they'll crap the bed in.
Haynes King is a returning starting quarterback. He is really talented.
Haynes King?
Yes,
What is that guy, 40?
Haynes King. See, I don't know how. I don't think he's that.
Wasn't he at Houston and then Miami?
No, I don't
and then,
think- I don't
or is that
think
the
so.
other King?
That's
a
the other
different King?
Yeah.
Man. I just know you can be like 50 years old and still play college ball.
Yes, you can. That was the Western Virginia. That's in my Did You Know segment.
Well, you
But,
had that Miami tight end that was like in there for 9 years because he kept getting injury.
Yes, you kept getting in. Okay, so now obviously you're going to have
SMU.
yes, and Georgia Tech was 7-6, came very close. This is last year. Came very, very close to beating Georgia, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, Georgia Tech was a very surprise team last year. I mean, that's why I got them at 8 and 4.
but I think their schedule's softer too. They were 5-3 in conference.
I gave them a Vautech loss
They were-
and a Clemson
they were-
loss and a Syracuse.
I could see the Clemson loss, and I cannot tell you how ridiculously high you are in Syracuse. I cannot wait for that to be so.
I mean, they're 5 and 7. That's not high,
but they're beating some good ass teams.
are they?
Yes, Virginia Tech is much better.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sorry, Georgia Tech.
Is this just like Kansas State being better than Iowa State, and then somebody wins?
No, I knew
and-
that. I knew they were close, and that was a toss-up game. I didn't have Iowa State that far down. The Kansas State. You got that one right. That's fine. That's fine. But Kansas State was a favorite, so
Somebody's
even
already started
even
on.
Vegas thought that way. Okay,
I'm not
obviously.
Vegas.
Obviously, the other 10-2 teams are identical. We have Clemson,
Yep.
we have Miami,
Yes,
and we have. Where's my third one?
SMU.
Oh God, you have SMU too. Yeah, and SMU. Yes, I do too.
Oh God,
Okay.
I looked at your sheet of
Yeah,
paper
no,
to
no.
see that you already had 10
I forgot
and 2.
about that. Okay, let's review.
Okay.
Okay. Let's talk about the one that's least likely. Of course,
SMU.
SMU won the conference last year. They went undefeated and they played in the championship game.
I'm
They did not win.
I'm aware.
Media has them picked second. SMU second, third, Miami
Third,
second, Clemson
Jesus.
obviously fourth. I can't talk and
You
read
can't
at the
read.
same time.
Your hands
What's your
move.
two losses for SMU?
It's literally Clemson and
Miami.
Miami.
Okay, same for me. Miami's 2 losses.
Miami's 2 losses: Florida and Notre Dame.
Same. And Clemson.
LSU and South Kakalaki.
I have. Oh wait a minute. Wait. Hold on.
Did you screw something
Oh,
up?
I might have
Did you
messed
screw
that
something
up.
up?
Let's see what we got over here.
Somebody didn't cross-check their
What
notes.
did I do?
What did he do? He didn't check his notes.
Yes, that
'cause
is.
he's
nope,
a moron.
No, that's right. I was right. No worries.
Okay.
I just couldn't read my own damn writing because didn't have room.
You never can.
Losses to LSU and the upset loss. They go to Georgia Tech
That's your.
third week of the season.
Okay.
And that's the other loss.
And
Okay.
it's highly possible Georgia Tech pulls
And by
that out.
God, how boring. So what we really disagree on is is Georgia Tech. We need to write this down. Georgia Tech's a big difference for us, and Syracuse is the two big differences that we've picked, I think.
Right.
And thank you.
Written
keep
down.
notes. All right. There we go. Who plays in the championship?
You have the pins.
Who-
It's Clemson, Miami.
Okay, I agree. Now,
Because, like I said, you're taking those two losses. SMU's taking those two big losses. Because they have that stretch of Syracuse, Stanford, Clemson, Wake Forest, Miami, BC, in between their open date.
And I think Florida's better. That's why I have them losing to Miami. And even
losing to Miami or
no,
beating
winning. They beat them. And even though that game is on the road, but it's Florida, so it's not a long travel. Going to have multiple fans, so from both. Okay, let's move on. There's our picks for the championship. All right, the big one, the SEC. Now everybody's. We haven't talked about OU enough in the last 2 or 3 weeks because.
There's not a lot to talk about.
Well, I'm kind of not going to get my hopes up.
Nope.
I'm going to let it play out. Now, what we've talked about, and we'll save Oklahoma for last on this, but just a little preview as we go on.
We've kind of already went over it.
What we talked about, their record, yes. But what we've talked about is they had, they ranked in the hundreds in offense, so many statistical categories last year. We got the number 1 portal transfer quarterback, in my opinion. I don't know if that's true. But he is. And then we got the number 1 running back portal from California.
And we've got some really good up-and-coming wide receivers.
Yes, and that was the thing that we – so what is going to need to gel for OU is the O-line. It's the thing that concerns me because there is a lot of youth. But I cannot imagine – and we have a new play caller. Obviously, Ben Arbuckle comes over. Hopefully he's not a one-and-done guy at Oklahoma. Hopefully he doesn't pull a Jeff Levy and take the shittiest head coaching job you just get thrown at to you because he did. Mississippi State's not going anywhere. We'll talk about them. They're still at the bottom for me. So, stick around, find the right job. Look what Venables did even at Clemson. He waited. He got job offers all the time. You had the top 5 defense every year.
Yeah, but
Venables is calling the plays.
OU,
Venables calling the plays on defense. We've lost, Bowman, Stutzman's gone. They're going to miss those guys because both those guys are going to make those guys are going to make the NFL. So it's not that they're going to be easy losses. We were in Kansas at the Kansas game we went to 2 years ago when Danny went out. You could tell the defense just was like, oh my god.
Yeah, there was a massive gap where he played. I looked at his stats the other day. He had five tackles. In the time that he played, he had 5 tackles. I think 1 for a loss, and then one pass attempt breakup.
Yeah, he did well. He did well.
So I haven't looked at this past week.
Okay, well, here we go. The SEC breakdown by yours.
Here we go.
Truly Sports Allegedly. All right, let's start. Now, this conference kind of fits the bill. Some big heavyweights at the top, a lot of mid.
Oh, there's a ton of mid for me.
And some bottoms.
Oh, you love bottoms.
Okay, I've got 3 teams. Well, how many teams do you have with losing records? Tell me that.
Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
4 teams.
3 teams for me with losing records. Got 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's start with our losing record team. What's the worst team you've got in the SEC?
Well, I have 2 that are the worst. That would be Mississippi State.
I have 3 and 9.
3 and 9.
Okay.
Vandy at 3 and 9.
Okay, I have Vandy at 4 and 8. That's my other loser. I did have them.
And I know that they are high on Diego. Is that his name? Pop. The quarterback.
Oh, okay. So I have. What's your 3 wins?
Charleston,
Mm-hmm.
Georgia State, and Utah State.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Utah State is horrible. Georgia State, they might actually lose that game. Because Georgia State's
I have them 5 and 7.
Whoa! Look at that.
I had a loss for Charleston for some weird reason. Okay,
you took the over.
I have a couple upsets. What is there over under?
4.5.
Okay, that's why I'm 5 and 7. I don't like Kentucky at all.
Oh, I know.
And I have them beating Kentucky. It's
heavily possible.
And I'm not really high on Missouri, and I have them beating Missouri. It's a home game.
True.
It's a home game. That was my 5 wins, and then of course I've got the other ones. West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Not West Virginia.
Virginia
Sorry.
Tech.
No, Virginia Tech. That's what I meant.
You're turning into me over there.
No. Yours with names is your problem. So.
You're switching names up, dumbass.
I know.
And then of course Mississippi State at 3-9. You got a Southern Miss win, an Alcorn State win, and a Northern Illinois win, which they could possibly lose that game to the Salukis. Other than that, they are just.
They go conference, winless in conference.
They don't have the toughest, but they do have a tough schedule because you've got Arizona State. You go into College Station. You got Tennessee, Florida, Texas, Arkansas, Georgia, and Missouri, and then you finish the season at Ole Miss for the Egg Bowl. Is that the Egg Bowl?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it the bucket? Who's got the bucket?
I don't remember. Way too many rivalries.
Oh, that's what our 3 was.
What's
the
that?
3 rivalries because they're doing the 9 game.
Rivalries?
Yeah, you said pick the 3 rivalries that you would want.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that too.
Because
they're going
SEC's
to 9
going
games.
to 9 games.
Yes. And I didn't work on that, so.
Of course you didn't.
Well,
I mean, it was just Oklahoma is what I thought.
I wanted to do all of them.
Oh, well, I mean, Alabama's would be easy.
Mississippi State went winless last year. They're going to go, and they went 2-10. And they went winless in conference. Kentucky did as well, and I just don't see it for them to do anything.
Who? Mississippi State?
Yes.
What did you have them at 0 or 1?
Oh, I had them at 3.
Okay. So I mean, you took the same thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, that Northern Illinois, the Salukis could.
What was your other team that had losing record?
Well, of course, Kentucky. Either 5 and 7.
Gotcha.
I'm not even going to talk about that. That's just.
What is your?
Arkansas, 4 and 8.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 4 and 8 for Kentucky.
Arkansas does not have the easiest schedule.
No.
I think Arkansas's got one of the toughest schedules.
No. Yes, they do. Florida, Arkansas, and I believe Oklahoma are the 3 toughest. Okay. I have them 6 and 6, so I'm going to go through them real quick since they're pretty local. Love their quarterback too. Pittman's kind of playing for his job, so I think they're going to be better. Alabama, A&M, Arkansas State, Memphis, 3 and 1. They lose to Ole Miss and they lose to Notre Dame. So bye week, October 4th.
3 and 1.
So they
How can they be 3 and 1?
No, they were 3 and 1 and then went to Notre Dame and lost
Oh, okay.
there.
So you got them 3.
3 and
I've
2.
got them 3 and 2 as
3
well.
and 2. They lose to Tennessee. I like them beating A&M. It's at home.
You were just down on A&M.
I'm not down. They're mid. But A&M, I think they beat them. And I think they beat Auburn. That's two games in a row after the.
Well, with everything I'm hearing out of Auburn, yes,
Okay.
I possibly might have to change that.
And look at that, because they've got 3 home games, bam, right in a row until their next bye week.
That's 4.
And then,
oh no, that's not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then they have 3 home games after that, and then they get another late bye, and they'll get LSU at home. It's not good, and they go to Texas, and I've got them losing even to Missouri, but that's a winnable game.
That is a winnable game.
So, but I just Missouri.
I just took a
generally is
500 bet on it.
What's their over under on them? I have 6 and 6. You had them what?
I had them 4 and 8. 5.5 is their over.
5.5. Okay, see, so damn right there.
Yeah.
God. But I like Arkansas. I think they're better. The quarterback plays. They play better defense. But okay, so we're in the mids.
Right.
That was my mid. Is that all your bottoms?
That's on my bottom.
Okay, so we talked about Kentucky. We talked about Mississippi State being at the bottom.
I think
we talked
Auburn.
about
I might have to
Vanderbilt.
change Auburn to a low because.
Well, I have them a little higher than I thought too. But I think their schedule is pretty easy as well.
It is, but it isn't. You do hit Oklahoma and A&M back to back, and then get a bye week and come right into Georgia, or Georgia comes into theirs.
Well, I'm gonna have to review my Baylor pick.
Why did you not?
Is that you? That's me.
What?
I'm gonna pick Baylor to win that game.
Did you not write your shit down for that?
Not for that one. No. I had it separately. Remember?
Oh,
I'm gonna pick them to lose.
I need to
that
get those
game,
notes
because
so I
it's
can put that
opening.
together.
Opening.
Yeah, I've got them losing to. Or no, I've got them beating Baylor. That must possibly lost
Why's that?
to Baylor.
Well, I have an upset, so I got them 7-5.
Okay, I was 6-6.
Well, and I know the game that we're different on. So I had Arkansas 6-6. I got Auburn 7-5. That's your mid. I have Florida at 7-5.
Well, yeah,
Are we
Florida 7-5.
Okay, and then I have Missouri 6-6, and South Carolina 7-5. That's kind of my mids. Where you at?
I've got Ole Miss 8-4. I've got Missouri 8-4, Oklahoma 8-4, South Kakalaki 8-4, Tennessee 8-4.
Ooh.
And I guess you can put Texas at 9-3.
I have Texas 9-3.
Okay.
Texas A&M. What do you got them at?
11-1.
Oh, there's your idiotic move. It's the idiotic pick. See, he's got Syracuse practically in the playoff, and now he's going to go A&M winning the SEC.
No, they're not winning the SEC, but they will be 11-1.
And they're going to have to be in the championship game at least.
Possibly.
Okay, so that's your odd one. That's the one we definitely disagree on.
Yes.
Give me Oklahoma. We disagree on. I'm 9-3. We'll
Oh
talk about
yeah.
that.
We have a game difference.
I'm 9-3 on Tennessee, and I'm
8-4 on Tennessee.
Yeah. And Missouri, you're higher on. Let's talk about Missouri.
Just 8-4. I just got a bunch of 8-4s.
Let's talk about Missouri real quick.
Okay.
I'm 6-6. Go through the schedule. Where's your losses?
Lost at South Carolina. Lost at Alabama, against Alabama. Lost against A&M, and lost against Oklahoma.
So I have Vanderbilt and Auburn beating them both, just simply because they're road games.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about that.
And
Auburn.
that could be a switch game.
Auburn's trying to use a 3-quarterback system with somebody calling every 3 different play callers.
Yeah, that's stupid. I don't even know if that's even accurate, but it's idiotic for sure. So. Hold on. There we go. So I was looking for no.
Scrolling?
So did you have
Scrolling?
You had Kentucky at what? We talked about Kentucky.
Yeah. Kentucky was 5-7.
Okay, so they're low.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got A&M going, and I've got Mississippi going 9-3. All your 8-4 teams, I have one game better.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
Because I got Ole Miss at
What's your
8-4.
South Carolina one then?
8-4.
Okay, I'm 7-5. I'm down on them. Let's review them real quick. Where's their losses?
They get lost LSU. They come off.
Start 5-0.
Yeah, right. They start 5-0. They come off that bye week and they just run right into a train.
Yes.
And
Baton Rouge. They get Oklahoma at home. I have them beating Oklahoma.
And then I've got them losing.
And because it's there, and then they got
stay
Alabama.
At home, Alabama, and then they go to Oxford, and I've got that one as a win.
Okay, so there's your. I'm 7-5, but I have them beating, or that's their losses. Through that stretch right there, they lose
3.
And I've got them losing 5 to finish the season.
Well, I've got them losing A&M and then beating Coastal Carolina and Clemson.
Yeah, they beat Oklahoma and Coastal Carolina. What did you say about Clemson? They lose, right, to Clemson?
Yeah. Oh, no, they beat Clemson.
Oh, you got them upsetting Clemson.
Yeah, I've got them upsetting Clemson.
Gotcha.
Who is their? God, I was seeing that the other day. Who is their offensive coordinator? Quarterback coach?
Who?
South Carolina.
Oh,
it's an ex-head coach.
Oh, check it out when you look at it. So we went over. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma as he looks at it. Tennessee, we all had the same. A&M, like I said, we're way different on. Ole Miss, I had at 9-3. I like Ole Miss's schedule to set up because they also potentially could start 5-0. They've got that LSU game right before a bye, and it's in Oxford, which is going to be a fun-ass game to watch. And then they got a bye, and then they go Washington State home, and then they go to Athens and Norman for 2 straight weeks. I've got them losing both of those. And then they finish up their season, the next 3 games in Oxford against South Carolina, get a break with the Citadel. They play Florida, and then they finish the season with Mississippi State.
Oh, it was Mike Shula.
I like...
Mike Shula is...
Oh, he's the OC there?
Yes.
Interesting.
Or he's a support guy, but he's there.
I like Beamer. I think that they open at Virginia Tech, which is really cool on the 31st in Atlanta.
Might be a consultant, but I know that he's there.
But I had them losing to LSU. They did beat Oklahoma. I think I might have did that. Yeah, we did. We already talked about them. Okay.
Oh, there he is. He's offensive coordinator, quarterback coach.
I'll
Mike
be
Schuler.
dang. I'll be dang.
Mike Schuler just popped up out of nowhere the other day.
I like South Carolina's quarterback as well. So, okay.
They've got a good defense coming in too.
Let's talk about the top.
Ooh, is that top?
Oh, let's talk about OU.
You want to?
Yeah, we'll talk about OU. 9-3. You had them 8-4. What do we disagree on?
Loss at Michigan, loss at Texas, loss at Alabama, and loss at LSU.
Okay, I have 9-3. I have them beating Michigan. I have them beating.
I know. You do.
I have them beating Texas. I think they start out 6-0.
No, well, that would be 9-0.
No, 6-0 because they lose to South Carolina.
Oh.
And they lose to.
Don't say Ole Miss.
Tennessee.
Okay.
And they
like you
lose.
say Ole
They
Miss
lose.
and
They
smacking
lose
you.
to Alabama. Oh wait a minute.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Shit, they're 8-4.
Woo!
Sorry.
Look what Daddy did. Daddy got you in a lie.
LSU. I forgot about that game. That was at the end. Didn't count it.
Daddy got you in a lie.
We lose to South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, LSU, 8-4. I'll take 8-4 in that schedule, and I think all 4 of them games are toss-up games.
Yeah. For them right now.
We lose to Michigan, we're in deep shit. I'm just letting you know. That's a huge ass game. Potential game day game coming. I haven't brought. Why don't you pull up? Can you bring up week 2 the schedule? I mean, obviously week 1 game day is going to be at Texas or at Ohio State. I mean, that's a huge ass game, Texas. And that'll be one of our picks. We'll have the next podcast on Thursday.
Let's just keep it at
on Thursday. So
it really looks like.
But we're kind of looking at the second week schedule to see what big matchups that we're going to have. Because potentially it could be game day.
It looks like that is
in Norman.
It looks like that's going to be it. These are the top 25 teams,
buddy.
Yeah, that's the biggest matchup for week 2.
Who's Michigan play game 1? They don't. As long as they don't blow something stupid. What do they got?
Michigan game 1 is the Lobos.
Okay, so they'll win. That'll be it.
Los Lobos.
Game day will be second week in Norman is my prediction, unless they go off the rails and go to some stupid. Division 2, whatever.
Well,
so, yeah. Okay, so 8-4. Sorry, I was wrong on Oklahoma, but very possibly 9-3. I have them losing to LSU, Alabama. Alabama's going to be a tough
you never
game
know.
To win.
Well, I know
Alabama. Tennessee is a.
It's possible that if we do win the Michigan and the Texas game, that we get to that Alabama game and we're undefeated, and we win that we would just have to watch out for having too big of a heads and looking ahead too much.
Yeah.
Because you run into Missouri and then you've got LSU.
Actually, I'm switching that. We are 9-3. We beat LSU.
Okay. So, I mean, it's heavily possible that OU ends up running the gauntlet.
It's in Norman. I like it.
Venables has matured as a play caller, or as a coach, not a play caller, but as a coach. You know, he did that first year or second year. He kind of made some stupid coaching decisions. I know he talked to Bob about it and Dabo, and they both kind of told him, "Hey, you got to watch out for this." So he has matured as a head coach.
I hope so, because there's a lot of in-game problems. There's just a lot of in-game problems with him, and you know that bothers me a little bit. So, all right, I've got 10-2.
He's got
2 for them. Okay, all right. Nothing. Yeah, so Oklahoma 9-3. I thought I had it right.
Okay.
Well, okay, what's your tops?
LSU goes 11-1.
Got them 10-2. They lose to
Alabama,
and they lose to Oklahoma.
Okay, Alabama's my only loss. Of course, Texas A&M, their only loss being LSU.
They beat Notre Dame.
I really need them to beat Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Really need them to beat
Of course, they are. Carr for Notre Dame he's a new starting quarterback. I could see that's possible, but no, I don't.
Alabama 11-1. Their only loss was Georgia, and it ended up that Georgia was undefeated.
Oh, you got Georgia running the table.
Yeah, I've got Georgia running the gauntlet.
Well, and they might. You know what? I had their one loss. Georgia Tech.
Okay.
Georgia Tech.
Well, and then you've got Texas going to Athens, so that's going to be very volatile for.
Well, that's why I picked
Arch
Texas
Manning.
to lose that one. Yes.
But I mean, Georgia has a very favorable schedule if you get past Tennessee and Alabama.
Oh, Georgia has a breeze of a schedule.
I'm not saying that Florida could give
got
them trouble.
They got Alabama at home. They have Texas at home.
Correct.
And Georgia Tech, who I think is going to be
They've
good,
got Ole Miss at home.
Is Atlanta, and they have Ole Miss at home. So the game that stands out to me, because it's early, but they're just better, is that Tennessee game could be a trap. Looking to the bye week, but you look at that. 3 out of the 4 games after the first bye week is at home, and their only road game is Auburn, not far, and Auburn's not going to be that good. And then
it's 3 hours.
And then you play Florida. Excuse me. You play Florida and Jacksonville, and so that's not really a super home game. And so yeah, I mean, it sets up nice for them. They'll be back. They're going to be a playoff team, and
as long as they can get those players that like to speed.
Going to be right there.
That's their best.
LSU
players.
10-2, Georgia 11-1 for me, Alabama 10-2. Their losses for Alabama was Georgia
and Oklahoma.
You had. I have an Auburn upset at the end of the year.
Oh no!
Yes, I just did, and I probably should swap that, to be honest, because the more and more I'm going to 11-1. There it is.
There it is. Just like I like it.
And that puts Auburn back down to 6-6. No, the quarterback play up there is there's problems, folks.
Where?
Auburn.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a huge issue, and it's not just the quarterback play; it's also coaching staff issues.
No, it's
the magic of Hugh Freeze does not seem to be what it used to be.
Okay, so you've got Alabama, Georgia in the championship?
Yeah, I'm putting Alabama, Georgia in the championship.
Okay, preseason media polls, everybody's got Texas 1, Georgia 2. This is media. Texas 1 by a large margin, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, South Carolina, Oklahoma. Then it goes Vanderbilt, Florida, Tennessee, which is stupid how they do that. Sorry, South Carolina, Florida, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Oklahoma. So we were picked around 10th.
Yes.
Anywhere from 10
I think
to 11.
I think all the polls had us 8 to 10.
I kind of think this is kind of the year they need to win 9 games. 9 looks so much better than 8.
Well, 10 looks.
That looks really good. I don't think we're going to be able to do that, though. So.
And you got to remember that we don't have divisions, so it's
Georgia
not that
Georgia
East,
wins.
West.
Georgia wins the SEC, by the way, in the championship game.
Yeah.
So you got the usuals again: Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State. Big 12 is a toss-up. That'll be fun. That's going to be a fun conference to watch. I just don't think you're going to get anybody that's solid out of that. Well, Arizona State had a really good record.
Oh, you saw
made the playoff.
You saw that Memphis tried to pay and buy their way in.
Correct. Yes, correct.
Which I don't know why they didn't take them. Memphis has a decent basketball team.
All right. Anything else on that?
What? The SEC? No. Notre Dame, real quick. I've got them with 1 loss. It's possible 2, but I've got them with 1.
Okay, we talked about that, and you disagreed with me horribly. I have them winning all their games.
That's fine. That's
defense
fair.
is good. Recruiting is good. The schedule sets up beautifully. It sets up beautifully because the hard game, the only hard game they have. Well, let's go 3 hard games. Because I don't believe in USC.
Magic.
I don't believe in USC.
You don't believe in Magic. I don't either.
Miami is the tough one right off the bat. Miami's going to be good. They're talented in the trenches.
Yeah, they just decided to go hard in the paint for their first 2 games.
Well, Miami's the best. We didn't even talk about Miami really when we talked about
there's no need. Carson
Beck,
back.
being there.
Already gotten broke up with his girlfriend.
But their strongest position on that team is their O-line.
Yes.
And so they might have a chance against Notre Dame because I love Notre Dame's defense. Quarterback play is going to be interesting. I love the running back.
There's another car. We don't know if he's related to the other cars.
But I do think they beat Miami because it's game 1. I just think they're better, and I think they're. I don't like. I've never been a Cristobal coach.
Cristobal.
And I just like.
Yeah, but he's in a weak conference.
It is, but I just think Marcus Freeman's a better coach. They made the championship game last year, and that team didn't look like it should have been there. But it was because they're talented at every position. There wasn't a big weakness. And if you remember, a couple of the best players for Notre Dame were hurt for that championship game. So they didn't even play. So would it have made a difference? I don't know. I thought Ohio State last year was just on a run. I mean, they really were. It was just one of those things. Some teams just catch a streak, and it's like, boom, you're going to get there. So C.J. Carr is the starter, been named the starter for Notre Dame, and obviously his grandfather was Michigan's coach, Lloyd Carr.
Oh, wow.
Which is the irony of that, him being there. I forgot about that. Yes, I was going to tell you about that. That's the Carr. We were looking
we're looking at
the other Cars.
Pretty Eyes.
Yes.
And Flame Out.
Yes, exactly. But I have them going undefeated. What's your loss?
Who? Oh, I said A&M.
Okay,
Yeah,
because you're high on A&M.
I told you A&M.
But it's
like I said, they run those first two games. Now,
the first two games are the hardest, and then after that, it's a cakewalk.
Well, there is a lot of talk because Boise, this could be a quality win for Boise if Boise upsets them.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people that out of the group of five that they're picking Boise to make it into the playoff. I've also seen UNLV.
No, none of that's.
Tulane. They've talked about those three teams being the top, and I think Boise is the only one that like a negative to win the Mountain West. Like they're the only one who is heavily favored to win their conference.
I think Dan Mullen went to UNLV. I think that's great. Tulane, you're right. He got the quarterback, but I thought Minnesota was higher. But heard he had some. There was rumors of him having some issues.
But like I said, those three teams.
They only beat Idaho State by 7, in the opener. So I don't buy I don't buy that. Yeah.
But those are the three teams that are favored out of the group of 5 to get in.
Kansas, I thought, reviewing last week's games, obviously Iowa State, huge win. They get the upper hand right off the bat
in Dublin
in the Big 12.
In terrible conditions.
Yeah, the field looked like hell, and they chalk it. But anyway, I thought Kansas winning 31-7. Fresno is not picked to be some world beater, but I think Kansas did what they needed to do. They needed to come out and go, we can score. We can beat this team. Let's put them away.
They looked
and they did. It was 24-7 at half. And then they
I'm just saying that
touchdown,
first quarter just looked.
All right.
I don't think we had any other. Yeah, Hawaii, Stanford.
Yeah. Right. So Boise State, South Florida. This is Thursday's games. We'll be doing our pod on Thursday. Ohio, Rutgers, Lafayette, Bowling Green, and then we'll have East Carolina, NC State. That one's on ESPN. Is there anything else? Is that all Thursday?
Yeah, that's all Thursday.
Boy, they're hitting them hard. That's probably the bet. Oklahoma State plays on Thursday?
Mm-hmm. Oklahoma State has, the Big 12 have Friday games as well.
Gotcha.
I don't see any.
Oh, that's it.
Nebraska, Cincinnati.
That one can be juicy, and that one's going to be at Kansas City.
I don't know if Cincinnati. Who's coaching Cincinnati now?
Satterwhite.
God, they are just.
Is it Satterwhite or Satterfield?
I don't know. Satterfield. They looked horrible last season. And then we have the Friday games, which is
Satterfield.
Michigan State, Western Michigan's probably about the biggest game there. The Fighting Biff Pogies are no longer, so now it's just
what is it? You talking about Friday?
This is Friday's games.
Anything
the Charlotte Niners. Well, if Biff Poggi was coaching.
And we'll talk about that next week as we wrap this up.
Auburn Baylor. Auburn Baylor.
Yes, that's a good one.
That Georgia Tech, Colorado.
Okay, so next week, it's actually this week, is we'll be picking. Usually on Sports Allegedly, we'll pick 3 NFL games that we choose, and then 3 college games. We'll keep a record of that. So Thursday, we're going to do 6 because there's no NFL. We're going to do Texas, Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Bama, Florida State, Notre Dame, Miami, OU, Illinois State,
I don't know what this
and
means,
Auburn and Baylor. So that'll be the 6 games that we pick. I'll send that back to you, that list to you. So,
okay. Are we going to do the 3 tonight or no? The
3 what? No, we'll do the SEC this Thursday.
The 3.
Yeah,
since
we'll do
going
this
to 9 games.
I need to work on that. Because I've seen a couple of mock-ups. Because SEC is going to 9 games. That is news that they made. So they're talking about having the same 3. And if we want to just briefly touch on OU, there's a lot of – obviously we're going to have Texas. And then the other 2 is going to be a toss-up. Mm-hmm. If we want to talk about OU, I've studied that. I would like Arkansas just because of proximity. But I think they're going to send us
you-
somewhere like Florida.
Well, no,
or
it should be Alabama.
or-
And if you remember,
or
if
you
you
might
remember,
be
and I've
right.
gotten into arguments about.
Well, hold
this.
on. See, Alabama doesn't work though because
It does. But hold on. Listen to what I have to say. You remember that we used to play, and I've gotten into arguments about who our biggest rival was when we were in the Big 8, Big 12.
sure, Nebraska.
It was Nebraska.
Yeah.
Now everybody outside of Oklahoma thinks it's Texas. For
No,
some
it was
dumb.
kinda- it was Nebraska.
No. There's people. I got into arguments about this in Alabama and Georgia about Texas being our biggest rival, and I was like, we
Well,
never
maybe
played, but we never
Yeah, 'cause
played
they were there in
them
the Southwest
for
Conference.
a national title.
Yeah.
We never played Texas for a national title. We played Nebraska for national titles.
Yes. Well, we kind of owned them though too.
We did,
Yeah.
but we didn't. You know, there was the game of the century.
Texas wasn't as good. As
Texas
Nebraska
was never in that running, and we played for Big Red 1.
Yeah.
And we've forgotten about Big Red 1, so we could restart that with Alabama.
Well, they did make it that one of the non-conference games had to be Division I, or so, they're kind of teasing that it needs to be somebody pretty damn good on your non-conference. One of the three.
As a rival, or
Doesn't have to be a rival, but that's what kind of brought it up.
what, bring Oklahoma State?
No,
back
you're
in?
gonna have to play somebody in the division. You can't do 3 cupcakes. Is kind of what they're saying.
No, I got that.
And so let me search that.
But would it be Oklahoma State?
talk about it.
Could we bring that rivalry back?
Could,
Would that be?
But no, talk about that, Sean, a little bit.
Well,
What
I
do you
know-
think your 3 is?
Who for Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Now, okay. Now you're saying that these don't have to be in. They don't have to be in conference. You're saying there's one that has to be out of conference.
Yes. Okay. So what they're doing is SEC is going to swap to 9, and they're still requiring a 10th game to be a non-conference opponent, a Power 4 non-conference opponent. That's a
fine.
requirement.
That's fine.
Okay, that's good.
Well, right, but that's what I'm saying is, would we be able to put that with Stillwater as Bedlam?
Yes.
Okay, so
Or
I know
throw that Nebraska back in there.
Well,
You know.
but that all depends on Nebraska.
Oh, I think they would, because I think.
So I know we're keeping Texas, and I was looking at Alabama, and I was thinking possibly Arkansas, but if you're saying that we can do that, or Missouri, I'm thinking that, okay, so yeah, we can bring Oklahoma State back, or Nebraska.
Well, that wouldn't be in every year, but you could. And I don't know if Oklahoma State's going to do it, but that sets you up right there to go, hey, come on back. Let's do this.
Right.
But
And you remember in spring ball, they tried to have scrimmages in Oklahoma State and wanted to scrimmage with OU. And the NCAA said, no, we're not letting anybody do scrimmages like that,
Oh, I know.
which is kind of shitty. I mean, it would have been nice to see that at least.
Nope, totally agree. Totally
Totally agrees.
So So go back to your Oklahoma.
I just did.
Oh, okay.
I said Alabama, Texas, and it's either Missouri or Oklahoma State if we can have.
Well, you wouldn't put Oklahoma State because that would be the 10th. You don't have to keep them. You don't have to keep them the same every year. See, they're just saying, hey, that 10th game's a Power 4 game. One of them's got to be.
What I'm
It
saying,
doesn't have
what I'm
to be.
saying about it is that rivalry. We could, if they would allow it.
Having insurance.
Sorry.
Yeah, everything's. Oh yeah, I turned all the volume back on that. I was doing something. I was busy on that computer doing stuff. And so
No, there was a good. Did I send that to you? There was one guy
no, I don't.
that
think you did.
really had a good. What do you call it? It has a good pairing. He come up. He went through all the teams, and I was looking at that, and I was like, man, that's actually pretty damn good. Okay, so here's just one. I just pulled up a rando. The reason why I don't think Alabama's going to be in Oklahoma's is because I think Tennessee and
Tennessee, Georgia, and Auburn.
yeah, Tennessee, Auburn for sure. This one has Mississippi State, which I find kind of odd. And the reason I don't think Oklahoma's going to have Missouri is, Arkansas is you know who they should really do is you put them the old Southwest Conference, Texas A&M, and then Missouri's a border war. So that's kind of how I think that's going to go, to be honest. Now Oklahoma, this prediction is they've got Texas, Missouri, and Mississippi State. I find that odd. And then Texas would have Arkansas, A&M, and Oklahoma. So, and A&M's going to have LSU.
All right, so
and Arkansas and Texas.
here's Yahoo Sports real quick for their
Is that like a
proposals.
vote?
This is the proposal.
Okay, so they took. I like that. They took the top 4 teams.
Yeah, they did.
I like
top
that.
4.
So you see who gets left out.
Alabama gets Tennessee, Mississippi State, LSU, which I don't think there's going to Mississippi State.
Fuck,
LSU,
Auburn.
Vandy, and Auburn. Arkansas gets A&M, Texas, Ole Miss, LSU. Auburn,
That's close. See,
right.
I like that.
Auburn goes Georgia, Mississippi State, Florida, Alabama. Florida goes Georgia, Auburn, Kentucky, LSU.
Well, Georgia's got to have Florida. I would
And
like
they have to have Auburn.
Where's
They
Tennessee?
have to have Auburn.
Well, what about
hold
Tennessee?
on, we're not. They're alphabetical.
No. I'm saying, why wouldn't you put Tennessee? It's not even the top 4.
For what? Oh, for
Georgia. Yeah, is that not kind of a thing?
They just
Don't
never
No?
really had.
Oh, okay, well.
So Georgia gets Auburn, Alabama, Auburn, Florida, which those 2 are rivalry games already, and then Vandy, Kentucky. So it looks like you get 2 cupcakes out of that. You want to look at Tennessee? They're giving them Vandy, Kentucky, Alabama, Ole Miss. They give them 5. Florida and
They're all
Georgia.
so close.
Oklahoma's Texas is just the
Well,
old
Tennessee,
Big 12 and SC
who's their strongest rival? Would you
Alabama.
go? Okay, so Alabama's in, and then they are going to get the other Tennessee team, obviously, and then they're taking a border state. Who's Auburn got besides Alabama? Go back to that one.
Auburn has Georgia.
Okay, see, Mississippi State kind of throws me off there.
There's because Auburn has rivalry with Alabama and Georgia already.
Well, Ole Miss needs to have Mississippi State, LSU, and then I think they just throw in Vanderbilt, because I think that's whatever. And then LSU gets Ole Miss, Florida, and Texas A&M, which ain't easy. So who do you got as being that one's this one? I'm looking at this one. Where's South Carolina? I mean, who is really there?
Oh, they give them Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, Vandy.
Gotcha. This one has
Which I know Kentucky is
Georgia, Florida, and Missouri here. So
yeah,
and
they've been trying to push that Missouri rivalry with South Carolina for a long time.
Well, they're pushing it with Oklahoma too.
I know, but they're really trying to push that South Carolina with Missouri. Pretty much nobody cares about Missouri.
You see, this rando's got Mississippi State, and I'm like, why wouldn't you go Arkansas versus Mississippi State unless you just can't fit? Well, you can't because you're going to have them playing the old Southwest.
Right, that's what you're looking at.
Yeah. So, all right. Got anything else? Ready to wrap it up?
Well, you wanted to look. Did you want to talk about the NFL preseason?
Oh no, we're
the disparity.
We're 3 games into it. I just wanted to talk
Cleveland
about
Browns being 3-0,
and the Giants, I believe, are also undefeated. And the Chiefs are winless.
Right, and
the Jaguars, and Washington,
and of course the Bears are 2-0-1,
and Washington as well. So
Detroit went 1-3.
It's just fun. I love looking at the standings, and generally you see the teams that are ended up being really bad for some weird reason have really good preseasons.
My favorite was looking at all the videos that would come on YouTube. Oh, look at this quarterback and how well they did and their highlights and all that. And I'm like,
exactly. I love it.
They're not even playing the top. They're not even playing the starters.
It's great that football's back. We love it. We'll take any preseason. Cut off a preseason game. Add an 18th game NFL like you've been talking about it and just get it done.
You really just hate preseason.
Oh, it's just dumb. It's just a waste of time.
You also hate
because
the UFL.
How are you going to
and the CFL?
How are those guys going
ELF.
to? How are those guys going to really be known how they're doing when they're playing against the scrubs of the other team too? I mean, you should see that in practice against your 1s versus your 2s and see who's actually on there. Real quick rant before we leave because I got to give you one. The Browns, by God, stop. Stop the madness, Browns.
Oh, my God. Did you see some of the pissed off Dylan Gabriel, the purse-wearing
it's
culottes, something like that?
No, it's just drama.
They named him over Shiloh.
It's drama. Their coach's drama. Their program's drama. Their owner's drama. Shadur, Gabriel, one of those guys has got to be cut, and I'm afraid it's going to be Pickett. So now his agent should be going, hey, can you move me? Mm-hmm. Can you move me? Because, find me a team that wants or needs somebody.
Well, I mean, what? They just sent Carson Wentz to Minnesota, and they sent Sam
Philadelphia. Went to Philadelphia from Minnesota.
Yeah.
So Kenny Pickett's going to be one of those guys that's kind of, but there's just drama. I mean, they're claiming they bring this racism bullshit into it and all this stuff. I don't think it's any of that.
Well, and then of course Tyson Badgett is he the highest paid backup now?
Oh, I don't know.
$10 million.
Damn. That's for 2 years.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
I know it helped out. He cried. I know it helped out his family because his family was.
Nope, I saw that. That was a great story.
That's
my rant. The Browns have got to stop. They're going to be the worst team.
Cleveland fans have got to stop.
They're going to be one of the worst programs. I'm a
Every
baseball
Cleveland fan has to stop.
All right. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you Thursday. We'll do our picks. We'll preview this week in college. We'll do 6 picks. We'll talk about the ones we done. And we're going to give you our playoff and Super Bowl contender for the NFL next week.
Uh-oh.
Or this week, I guess.
Okay.
All right. See you. Thank you all.
Bye.